So as I was saying, thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Very excited about Christmas. Well, I am anyway. I was going to ask you all to introduce yourself and to mention what church you're involved with, but I think it's a quite small group. Well, I can hear myself. Can hear some echo. I don't know if it's me or no. I think maybe it's coming from someone's. I don't know. I can hear echo. Can you hear echo? Yeah. I was going to ask you to introduce yourself and mention what church you're involved with. Since it's just few of us, can we do that very quickly? Although I think we pretty much know each other, but it's just nice to mention the church as well. Mention yourselves, and perhaps you could mention your role in a church very quickly.
So I'm Catherine, I'm minister at Ashby de la Zouche and Newton Bergland Congregational Churches. I'm also a tutor on the course and council representative, there you go, for the East Midlands area. That's it, that's me.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carol. I'm from Bow Congregational Church in Devon. I'm a church secretary.
Excellent.
Ivy Barclay, minister at Kilmarnock up in Scotland.
Excellent.
From Bethlehem Church in Blaenavon.
Hiya.
Hi, Gwyn.
Gwyn Davies, Clarendon Park Congregational Church, Leicester, and a student on the course.
Excellent.
I'm Jonas from London Anchor Church, also a student on the course.
Excellent. Right, I think everyone knows Yvonne, and I'm not sure if you know me. I know I spoke to quite a few of you through email. I'm Lucia Watt. I'm the National Church Support Worker for the Confed. So very happy to have you all here this morning. So welcome everyone. And I want to start with a prayer, if that's okay with you. So let's just pray. Father, thank you for all the people who are here this morning. And I ask you, Father, help us to bring your kingdom to many lives this Christmas through the ideas and the resources of this session, Father. And I pray that many, many lives will get the chance to meet you this Christmas, Jesus. I ask you in your name. Amen. Right, okay, I have prepared a PowerPoint for you with all the resources, all the information, all the links, everything is in there, and I'm planning to send it to you if I have your email address. I think I have most of you. I think I have all of your email address. I have put my email address on a chat. So if I'm not sure if I have yours, Ivy. I don't think I have your email address, but you can send it to me. I put my email address on the chat, so you can send a quick email to me, and then I can send the PowerPoint to you at the end of the session. The PowerPoint will also be uploaded into a website, so you can access from that as well. So all the information you need will be in a PowerPoint. Let me just share the screen with you. Ooh, too fast. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so that's the first slide. Okay, that's the slide one. Right, so this year, I think Christmas will be slightly different because we have the World Cup happening during the Advent period. So the World Cup would actually start. Sorry, can I just ask you all to mute yourselves? So, because I can hear noise, I don't know if it's coming from someone's living room. So if you can just mute yourself so your sound doesn't interfere, that would be good. Excellent. So yes, so this year we'll have the World Cup happen during Advent. Very unusual, but I'm excited about that because I do think it's just another opportunity for us as a church to really engage with our community. And the main thing for me, I think, is the final. The final would actually happen on the 18th of December, which is one Sunday before Christmas Sunday. So it's really exciting. I know that a lot of churches will be really doing a carol singing and preparing Christmas sessions. Oh, just let someone else. Oh, I wonder if Carol came out.
I can do that for you, Lucia. You carry on.
Brilliant. Thank you, Neil.
No worries.
Thank you. So, so we have an amazing opportunity, as I was saying, because of the World Cup. So first idea, football and carols. So you could potentially approach your local pub and offer carol sing, perhaps before the match and after the match. Obviously, you got to work with them when is the best time to do that. But that could be a really good thing. We, well, my previous church, we did that. Obviously not during the World Cup. We did that in the summertime, and we did also Christmas time. And we were really impressed with how people respond in a pub. And I remember I had really deep conversations about faith with some people in there. So it is something that perhaps you could consider. The other thing is to offer your church for people to come in and watch the matches, the football matches. So I know because of the high cost of electricity and gas, many churches are offering rooms like warm space where people can come in and just be literally in a warm environment. And I know some churches even offer soup, and they offer free Wi-Fi. They offer what's it called, a charging station where people can come and charge their devices. And so they're just open for the community. So like I said, because we have the World Cup happening Christmas, so we could also offer to show the matches, some football matches. And I know that the games will happen in the morning, afternoon, and evening. I think it would happen 10 in the morning, most of them, obviously at the beginning, 10 a.m., then 1, then 4, and then 7. And I know England is playing on the 21st, which is one day before, one day after the World Cup starts. So, you just have to have a look at the timetable and try to open if you are offering warm space, try to have the warm space open for the matches as well. I think that would be very interesting, especially if you are in a community that is quite a multicultural community. I think people may want to come and join the session, and also try to decorate the room with perhaps use some flags, perhaps if you are doing at weekend, or if you are doing in the afternoon, or 7 o'clock or 4 o'clock, have something as well for kids. You could have some snacks, you could have some craft, you could have some biscuits. I thought about, you could have something basic for the kids. You can either make biscuits with them and they can decorate. And if you think it's too much, just have the biscuits and, just buy some already made some icing from, I think, Poundland's. They sell a set with small tubes like red, pink, all different colors. So you can use that. So it's quite simple. So you can have that. So, just try to be really creative as possible and very visible as well. Talking about visible, I think it's nice to have something outside the church as well to attract the people, especially if your church is in a high street, if it has a really good location. I think it would be nice to have something outside. I thought about, because it's the World Cup, why not to have a Santa as a keeper outside your church, you know, just to really attract the shoppers, people who are passing by. And you could, you know, if you decide to do in a final, the World Cup final, you could have carol sings outside as well. You could offer hot chocolate, you could offer mince pie. There's so many things you can do. You can, if you are going to have Father Christmas as a keeper, that you could have, rather than a ball, you could have just a balloon, you know, so for small kids and toddlers, so to really involve everyone. But I think outside is quite good as well, to have something quite different. And because of the World Cup, we can have Father Christmas there as a keeper. So do think about that. Also, you could offer free gift wrapping outside the church. So you could have, well, that's an idea, that if you are doing a Christmas fair, you could have inside the church, as an, you know, an extra stall inside the church, or you could have as a session outside, you could have a gazebo there, and you would have that free, you know. It's amazing because you would know better than I, your church, the location. So if you are on a high street, I think that could be particularly really interesting, you know, because I know so many people who absolutely hate wrapping presents. So if the church can offer that outside the church, and you could offer what I mentioned before, you know, hot drinks, you can offer hot chocolate, mince pies, you can offer prayers, you can ask people to come inside the church and perhaps show the church and pray with them. You can also produce some leaflets from the all the sessions that you're planning to do over Christmas and hand out. So, you know, you can be very creative and include many things into one thing. So the other thing I want to talk about now, moving on, I think a little bit from the World Cup, and talk about something else, is I came across this, and I think is a really good idea. If you have an unwanted gift, you can do a session, and you can encourage people to bring along other gifts that they don't really like it, and they can exchange. I like this idea because you know, because of obviously living costs is quite high, and some people are struggling financially. So, you know, so you're given an option, so perhaps they won't have to buy an extra present. They could just bring something they have at home that's really good and just exchange for another item that people would have in a session. And I like the idea of reusing as well, rather than buy a new thing just for the sake of buying a new thing. So you could do that session. If you are doing a Christmas fair, you could do perhaps even in January after Christmas, you could do that. It's no doubt some people would have some presents from Christmas that they didn't quite like it. So maybe they can, you know, you can do that as a session in January. So just be creative and think when is the best time to do that. But I just wanted to share that with you because I thought was a good thing to consider it. The other thing I want to mention is, well, I love this. Just try to. This idea, I did mention this, there we go, right, this idea, I did mention this last year, fire pit. I just want to recycle the idea because, to be honest with you, is one of my favorite ideas for Christmas. I absolutely love the feeling of the fire in the winter. I just love it. And I know that last year when we presented the idea, quite a few churches went along and did the fire pit, and they serve hot chocolate, s'mores to the community. And they even did, there was a church who did as a part of their Christmas fair, and they also had picture booth with nativity characters for the community. So it was really lovely to see so many pictures from some churches who decide to do the fire pit in their church. So why am I bringing again? Well, as I mentioned, I love this idea, and also I think many communities would have received quite a few Ukrainian family. And I know that fire pit is something that's quite traditional in a winter time in many cultures. I was talking about that a few weeks ago with Yvonne, and she was mentioning that she went to visit a church, and the church were doing a fire pit session, and there was someone there from Ukraine, and the person did mention that it is something they do in a winter time in Ukraine. Obviously not the marshmallows and the s'mores and the hot chocolate, but the fire there, and it is something that's very much part of the community. And then after I spoke to Yvonne, I was like, yeah, that's right, we do that in Brazil as well, where I come from, because I was in Brazil summertime, which is their winter, and we did do in close where my mom lives, and it is something that's very much part of the community. It's not just something one family would do. Obviously we didn't have the hot chocolate and all that sort of thing, but we had the fire there. And I don't know what happened between, I think something inside us, I don't know, you know, with the cold and the heat together that really draw people in. So I really want to emphasize on that idea. So if you do have the space in your church, maybe at the front or the back, I think you should have a go and try to do that. The other thing I want to say, which I mentioned last year as well, I remember in my church, my old church, we did that with the Scouts. And so the Scouts came along and helped the kids to make fresh bread in the fire. So it was fantastic. It was really, there's so many people from the community, you know, the smell of bread and fire. It was amazing. It was really, really amazing. And we had carol singing as well. So just be creative and really use the, you know, what you've got. So I think this is a really good idea. Still thinking about the Ukraine families, I think other option we could do is Christmas hampers. So you can create the big Christmas hampers. You can include Christmas items like Christmas cake, biscuits, crackers, cheese, nuts and stuff. Essential things as well, like pasta. You know, you decide what you put inside the hamper. Also, I found out that Bible Society, they are selling Ukraine's Bibles. So you could perhaps buy a Bible and include in a basket. And you could also ask the congregation to help you with the donation. You can ask for donations, and I have some ideas as well for that. You could do something very basic, you know, just build a Christmas tree in your church and ask people to bring toys and items that, you know, really nice items that they want to include on a hamper, so they can leave at the feet of the tree, and then you collect everything and make the hamper. Another option, you could ask for online donations. So you can set up an account with Just Giving. I don't know if you are aware of this organization, Just Giving. So people can just go straight to them, you know, to the accounts that you will give. You give a number and people can just donate to that, and all the money you can decide to buy items or pass it on to the families. You can use as, you know, as you think is best. I left the link in that for Just Giving, so you can have a look later if it is something you are considering doing. And this next slide, it's not so much to do with Christmas, but I just thought it was relevant. I really like the idea, and I just want to share with you. Again, is to do with refugees in the area, and we can, you know, I just keep thinking about the Ukrainian families and stuff, and I just think this is really good. So it's a project called Welcome Boxes. from the welcome churches. I left a link in there again, so you can find out more about it. But basically, they just they help you to put together boxes for families that just moved to your area, refugee families. So they have all the instructions on their website, and also they could come to your church and help you how to plan. You know, they could train you and to give information what you need to put together this special box. So I just wanted to mention that as well. And the other thing you could do, you could organize a Christmas dinner for the Ukrainians family. You can do that on the 25th of Christmas Day, Sunday. You can do that together with the family, the church family, or you can do just a session for them, so they have opportunity to be, you know, just to be amongst them, so they can speak their own language and feel a little bit normal, you know, like if they're having a normal Christmas. So and then you can use the day as well to give them the hampers if you decide to put the hampers together, so you can, you know, do that in the same day. So now moving on for other ideas. And this ideas is to do with prayer ideas. I want to mention them because I don't think everyone learn information just by listen. I think there are different ways that you can try to say, you know, to give to present information that you've got, like visual, kinesthetic. So I want to talk about, probably some of you have done that before, but I particularly quite like that because I'm very much a visual learner, and I like kinesthetic ideas. So I just want to present that to you, a few ideas for prayers. So first idea is a bubble, a paper bubble that you can just give to the congregation. Very simple. You give to them and you ask them to write things that they would like to say thanks to God this Christmas. Then you gather, you could, you know, you could do as a children's session, and you can put in a Christmas tree, or you can ask them to take the information, to take the bubble home and decorate their own Christmas tree. But I know I mentioned children's session, but I don't think this is just a children's session. This is very much for an adult as well, who just wants to, you know, if like myself, I like doing things rather than just be talking. So that could be an option for them. Still talking about prayer ideas. I have this idea, holly wreath. So how to create a cardboard wreath. And I like holly, you know, the leaf, because the shape of it, you know, is quite sprinkly, and it could be potentially painful. I like the idea because it really helps us to reflect on those people who really struggle with Christmas time. So you could give them the paper leaves, and they can write perhaps name of the people, of loved ones they lost this Christmas, this year, and also situations that they really struggle at this time of the year. Then you gather all the leaves together, and you're going to arrange into a wreath, in a cardboard wreath, and you're going to add 3 or 2 red circles as berries. And those berries, that red circle, symbolize the Holy Spirit bringing peace, bringing healing, bringing restoration, comfort. So that is an option. The other one is a stars and a sky. So you're going to hand out paper stars to the congregation, and you're going to ask them to write down what sort of guidance they want from God this year. Then you would have a massive piece of fabric, preferable, well, it has to be really blue, so ideally it would be dark blue. Then you're going to have a big star in the center of that. That is God, you know, symbolize God saying, I'm here with you, I listen to you, I'm in control of the situation. So you're just going to you're just going to glue those stars into the fabric. So as an act of prayer. So I think that I quite like that. So you have to decide, you know, I'm just giving some ideas to you. If that's not good to you, that's fine. But I'm a very visual person, so I quite like that. So perhaps, you know, you can adapt to your own reality. But I do like that because, like I said, you know, people don't just learn things just by listening. So there you go. The other thing I want to mention is Lego Nativity. I know that there's quite a few churches that have asked to me before last year, you know, they like the idea of Lego, but they find really difficult to build up. So I found this link there, this website that gives instructions on how to build up a Lego Nativity from scratch. And it could be a good thing to do with all the kids. With any age really, but it's just an option there for you if you wanted to do something a little bit different. Now I want to move on to Faith and Kids. I watched their webinar about Christmas idea, and I think they're brilliant. I don't know if you guys know about them, but they are really, really good. They have amazing resources, and they mention about their resources, specifically their Christmas resources, and I just want to share that with you. So the website is there, so you will find resources about crib services, short talk, long talk, all sorts of resources. They have tons of resources for Christmas and also for other seasons like Easter, holiday clubs. So they are very, very good. So do have a look if you have time and still looking for some resources. And also talking about them, they have, I think 2 weeks ago, they launched their Advent calendar. I have one here with me. Actually quite good. It's simple, the language is quite simple. Don't know if you can see it, but is yet I think it's quite effective. Very simple but straight to the point, very colorful, lots of stickers. So they are quite passionate about this, and the author, the person who creates the calendar, mentioned that he thinks toddler group is an absolutely opportunity for evangelism. And he even mentioned that his mother-in-law became Christian through a toddlers group. So he creates this, you know, thinking of that, and he said this is a powerful tool of evangelism. So don't just think it's just a small book, you know, for kids. You know, you can be very creative and really use this as a powerful tool of evangelism in your toddlers group. It has, like I said, it's very colorful, it's very simple, it's very easy to digest, you know, the information there. So it's about 5 characters, and some of them, or most of them, are ordinary characters that become extraordinary at the end. So it's Mary, Joseph, an angel, shepherd, and there was another one which I forgot, but oh yeah, the wise man. Yeah, so I think it's quite good. So have a look. They are selling for $2.69 at Good Book, so do have a look. When I checked that, they didn't have on their website. I think if you are interested to buy, you can only buy at Good Book, but I don't know, I haven't checked their website yesterday, so probably it will be on their website as well, available on their website to buy. The other resource is this book, which is a family devotional book. It looks quite good as well. I haven't bought one, but I did have a look online, and it does look good. I'm thinking about to buy one actually for us as a family. I have a 12 years old, and I think it will be quite good. So the book talks about Jesus as a gift, and it is a gift that keeps giving. And so the families will have the opportunity to learn together about gratitude, generosity, and grace. And I know that half of the book is more towards Christmas topic, and the other half is just general topics, you know, of Bible and stuff. So it could be a good option as well. Now I want to talk about Bible Society material. So they have a new children's booklet called The Story of the Very First Christmas. You can buy this by, I think it's £3 on their website. And I quite like the title because I think straight away, especially for kids who don't attend churches, straight away it gives the idea what is the Christmas about. It's not about Father Christmas, but about Jesus. So quite like that book. So have a look on their website. The other thing they have, this is not something new, it's not something they produced this year, but I love the poem. I love things that rhymes around kids. You know, my daughter, she's 12 years old, and she is still in love with things that rhyme. And I remember when she was young, we used to read together Julia I forgot her name, Donaldson books, which is all about rhymes. And I remember she was so engaged with what she was reading. She was trying to figure out what would be the last word of the poem, you know, what would rhyme with the whole thing. So this could be an option. So have a look on the website. They're selling at £2.75. They also have this as a video, it's a short video that you can show during a family service maybe, and it's free to download. It's a poem. I wanted to show you, but you know how we're doing with time. I suppose I may show this at the end if we have time. I'll go back and I'll show you this. But you can go to their website at Bible Society. It's all there. It's not a new thing. They haven't created this year. I think it's about 2 years old, but it's quite good. It's an option because you can do the one I just showed previously for children, and you can do that for family. But it's quite good, and it's short as well. I think it's only 2 minutes, and it's free to download from their website. And I want to conclude with, we did mention them last year, the Go Charter videos. I think they are absolutely brilliant. We did mention them last year. I think there were featured to use them. And I want to show you some of their videos. They have short videos specifically for Christmas. They are short, they're snappy, they're very engaged, very colorful, straight to the point. They charge about £7.50 per video. If I just, let's see if I can show you a video. So, it's just for you to, I think it's this one here. Can you all see it? Yeah, excellent. So let me just bring this. See, they have lots of videos there, Christmas videos, so you can have a look and see which one you would like to use perhaps. And it costs £7.50. So I'm going to pick one just to show you very briefly. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but just.
The Christmas
Can you hear? Because I'm not sure.
promise.
Can you hear?
A long,
Yes, we
long
can,
time.
Lucia.
Excellent.
So long that it's hard to imagine. God promised a new king. He wasn't any ordinary king, like the ones we see on TV or in books. He would be different. He would be a new king, a rescuing king, a forever king. And do you know what? One precious night God kept his Christmas promise. Would you like to know how he did it? The Christmas story starts with an angel. Whoosh! He came from God to see Mary. The angel had a special message. Mary, you're going to have a baby. He will be a special baby. God promises that your baby is going to be king, not for a little time, but forever and ever. He will be the forever king. Mary was going to marry Joseph, so God sent another angel. Whoosh! He came to see Joseph. The angel had a special message. Mary is going to have a very special baby, the angel said to Joseph. Her baby is going to be king and will rescue his people. He will be a rescuing king.
I think I'll stop in there, but there are many, many videos there. You can have a look and see. And it's not just because I know that one is more like perhaps for a children's session, but they have for other sessions as well. The other thing I want to show you from them, let's see if I can go back to the share screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see? Yeah, can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I want to show you this. They did produce something similar last year, but it was a different color, different thing, I think, different material. But so they have this bundle, Christmas bundle. It costs £35. So that includes posters, flyers, banners, PowerPoint presentations, lots of things, and you can personalize. And I know they working together with Faith and Kids because I recognize, I think, and they do mention that on the clip. So I just want to show you the clip that they talk about the bundle. Here you go.
We've collaborated with Faith and Kids to bring you a complete Christmas service bundle. We've packed this bundle full of engaging content and themed customizable resources to help you promote and run your themed Christmas services. It contains social media videos with resolutions for every social media platform, social media images in a variety of sizes, banners designed to hang outside your church, posters to display around your community, double-sided flyers, and ready-made PowerPoint slides. We've also included some family-friendly, engaging Christmas videos to fill your service, including The Adventures of Christmas Animation, and 2 versions with subtitles and British Sign Language, so everyone is able to join in the fun. You'll also find short customizable videos to use as a service intro or outro, in your notices, or as an interactive element in an all-age service. There's also an accompanying Adventure of Christmas Advent book and calendar from Faith and Kids to bring the Christmas story into homes as well as your church service. These resources are quick and easy to customize. Simply add your church service details and within minutes, you'll have a quality tailor-made bundle of videos and images. No video editing skills or design skills needed. Each template takes less than 5 minutes to customize and create. And when you purchase the bundle, you can create an unlimited number of each video and image. So get creating.
Excellent. So I forgot to say, if money is a problem for your church, we do offer some grants, and I'm quite happy to help you to apply for some small grants, you know, to buy the equipment that you need for some of the session, even for those videos I just show at the end, you know, if you want to buy something, but money is a problem, please get in contact with me and I will help you to apply for some of our small grants. I just want to show you the last slide, which is, oh, Yvonne, did you want to add anything?
Yes, I wanted to add a few things if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the World Cup thing, if you're going to show the World Cup in the church, just make sure your church have got TV license,
Yeah.
because you won't be able to show them without a TV license.
Yeah.
You don't want to be stung with that. I know some churches are extending their service in the morning on the 18th and then showing the World Cup later on, the final. No predicting who's going to be in the final, but it's worth just considering. Although my church are like, we're not stopping our service for the football, our service at 4 o'clock on that 18th. And that's what we'll be doing, but some churches have done it. I loved this book, and I thought it was quite interesting, Lucia, that both Bible Society and Faith in Kids this year have gone with the word amazing, whereas last year was adventures. But this is a really good reflection book, and we're going to do welcome bags in our church for anyone that comes in, and we found these little booklets. I don't know that you can see that because I'm not on stop the share.
I have to stop sharing.
Share. Yeah. So these little books are really lovely. They're only very thin. They're completely free. You don't even have to pay for postage, and they're from Life Words. That's Life Words, and they're more adult than children, but they would go in and there's not much text in there, but they get the message quite clearly, and they're going to go in a little welcome bag. So anybody new that comes to the carol service or comes in over Christmas, we're going to do a little fridge magnet, one of these, some tissues and some chocolate for people to come in, and then also one of these. So these are completely free as well, and these have been produced by the Pocket Testament League. And they acknowledge that the fact that the Queen has died, because they did Defender of the Faith for the Jubilee, and they're lovely John's Gospels. Print isn't too small either, which is nice. Little quotes as well from the back about the Queen and her faith. So they're going to go in our little welcome packs, and they match quite well because they're purplish. And then the other thing that I really wanted to talk about was, I know that we've looked at the big chatter, but we've had professionally designed this year these posters with Verity, who produce our Refresh magazine. So they've produced bundles as well, but it is literally just invitation. So it's invitation cards and posters, both A4 and A3 posters. So you can have a small pack, which is 25 invitations if you just want to do a smaller version, or £32 for the medium one, which is 50 invitations. So you just give them all your information. You can phone them up or you can do it online, and then they will produce it, and it'll have the CF logo on, this big welcome with the Christmas decorations on the back. And they've also produced these lovely little bookmarks as well, prayer bookmarks, and they're £5 for 25. So they're not too bad, badly priced either, to be able to put them in the little pack if you're doing what we're going to do, little welcome packs. And the last thing that I just wanted to share with you was Guildon Morden Congregational Church. They are doing something called, and if you look on their Facebook page or on their website, Recycle Christmas. So they are asking everybody within their church and community to donate recycled items. So buckets, fabrics, milk bottle tops, buttons, old Christmas decorations, plant pots, brooms, mops, coloured paint, tennis rackets, anything that they have, they're going to transform all of these items into a nativity scene. So this year we've decided to recycle Christmas. We will be building a big manger scene to place outside the church throughout December, and it'll be completely made from recycled items. So they've got times when people can drop their items off, and then they're having a day when they're going to be building this whole recycled manger scene outside the church. I have to see this to believe it. I think it's going to be quite something to see, but it's just something completely different, but getting the community involved in it, which is what we want to do, isn't it? It's easy for us to try and get the community involved in something if we do something like that, and recycling is a big thing as well at the moment. What it's going to look like and whether you've got the skills to do that, that's another matter altogether, but we'll wait to see what Guildon Morden produce. But it could be that it's done on a smaller level, isn't it, because kids love doing the junk modelling and that kind of thing, don't they, for holiday clubs. I don't think there was anything else I was going to share. I think that was it, Lucia. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
just want to conclude.
Oh, sorry. The other thing was I did have a quick look while we were online, and 10 of those, so 10 publishing, if you just Google 10ofthose.com, and I can send you the link, they have got a World Cup Glory track, which is 15 pence. So if you did something with the World Cup and you wanted to share the gospel, there's little World Cup tracks that you could give out as well. So there is some backup with them. Sorry, Lucy.
No, it's okay. Excellent. I just want to show you the last slide, which is just really a few questions that I've got for you. Obviously, just want to say thank you for coming and to be here with us this morning. And I would like to know, just a few questions. I would like to know, what did you actually use last year for some of your Christmas sessions? And also, if you were in our Christmas session last year, did you use any of our ideas? And I would like to know which one did you use, or if you adapt any of the ideas, and what ideas are you planning to use this year? So if you could share with us, that would be lovely. Catherine?
Yeah, so we used the Christmas wreath to tell the Christmas story idea, and that was the basis for our carol service. So we made the wreath during the service as we told the story of Christmas, which went really well. And then we put the wreath on the Christmas on the Christmas door, no, on the church door even, for the rest of Christmas. And then people could see it when they came in and out, which was quite good. We also did the fire pit on Christmas Eve. Okay. So we had a fire pit on the drive at the front of church for our Christmas Eve service. We had a 6 o'clock service, and we sang a few carols and heard the story of the shepherds, and had some poems and that kind of stuff. And apart from the fact that it slung it down with rain, it was actually quite well attended, and people really seemed to enjoy it. So yeah, so we used both those ideas.
Oh, excellent. Fine.
I'm quite taken by the my initial thoughts. I'm quite taken by some of your prayer ideas this year. I quite like a creative prayer. I'm with you, something to think about and to take home. I was wondering about adapting the gratitude baubles and actually having a tree in church where people can hang them onto as part of the carol service. That's my initial thought. And I'd like to do the fire pit again, but having just spent quite a lot of money having the drive re-tarmacked, I may not be allowed to set fire to it immediately. I might have to get some bricks or something, so we'll see. But certainly something creative for Christmas Eve, because we're doing a 6 o'clock Christmas Eve service again, so something quite creative. But I'm kind of drawn to the gratitude bauble idea.
Excellent. Very, very good. Yes. Does anyone want to add anything?
Hi. We didn't attend last year, so we didn't use anything in particular, but I am looking forward to using some of the prayer ideas, definitely. Not necessarily just with church, because we're running lunch club and we've got welcome space, maybe just having that open to those people as well, people who come in to coffee and chat, just so maybe they don't attend our church or they attend a different church, but just to give them that opportunity. And actually you'll find that a lot of people will go into a cathedral or church, won't they, and they'll light a candle for prayer. So it might be that, but don't necessarily attend a church, or would say that they weren't someone who had great faith. So maybe that will just extend that out to other people who wouldn't necessarily have that opportunity at Christmas time.
Excellent.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I was going to ask at the end, please send me pictures. Let me know how you're getting on with your sessions, because I'm the one who produced the newsletter, the national newsletter, and I really like to add them in a national newsletter so other churches can see it. So please, you've got my email address, send it to me. I love receiving pictures. And I think I did get something from you, Catherine, last year. I'm sure I did, and I added it to the newsletter. So yes, please send it to me, anything at all. So did anyone want to add anything?
Last year we used CPO, a children's magazine, telling the Bible story, but with puzzles and games.
Yes.
And we gave that to all the brownies and rainbows and guides.
Yes, it was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a lovely resource, that.
Oh, very good.
I'm just having a, do you know if they're doing anything else like that this year, Ivy? I'll just have a quick look now. I'd forgotten about that.
It's the same magazine over again.
Oh, is it? It's the same one. Yeah, okay.
So it's okay for the little ones.
Yeah.
But I was going to see what the Bible Society, I think they've maybe got something I could use for the older ones.
Oh yeah, they have loads of material there, Bible Society. Do have a look, especially for Christmas. So yeah, I only picked 3, but there were more old ones, but some of the old ones are quite good, still very, very good. So do have a look.
Right. I have some of the Amazing Days Bible Society books. So if you'd like one, I can send you one out. Because they're £3 if you're just buying a couple, but if you buy in bulk, they go down to something like 60p. So if you want to have a look at one, or you just want a couple, like you've got 5 or 6 or up to 10 in your Sunday school or whatever, let me know and I can send them
one
to you.
to have a look at.
I'll send you one, Ivy. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
I'll send you a couple as well, so for Jenna and Dylan. Jonas, do you want me to send you one?
Yeah.
Carol, do you want me to send you one? Yeah, okay. Gwen, do you want one to have a look at, the Amazing Days? Yeah.
Yeah, that, if you don't mind, Yvonne, that'd be fab. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get them out today.
I think that's the thing with the things that you need to pay for. You kind of need to know that they're worth paying for, which is why this kind of session is so useful, because you see so many things. I mean, we all get so many emails, don't we, and so much stuff that people are trying to sell you, and you don't, if you only buy one to see what they're like, then and then you want them, you have to go back and pay 2 lots of postage or whatever. It's just a bit of a it's always a bit of a worry, isn't it, that you're going to end up with something that's not quite what you thought you were getting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you I'll send them all out today.
Thank you.
Excellent. So anyone else want to share anything?
We did hampers for 3 years in a row now for Christmas hamper for the community. So we're going to continue doing that. But the prayer bubbles is a very interesting idea. So we want to do it with the toddlers group on the last day of activities. Then we would maybe build a Christmas tree and then put the prayer bubbles around it. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's good. I will send you this as well, Yona. I know I promised. I've got a spare one. I'll send it to you perhaps tomorrow. I only have one spare, so
when you can.
maybe you can use with your toddlers group. I think it would be good as well. Right.
I think the baubles idea is really good. I mean, we've got some nice wrought iron gates that we could probably put some there and get them to put them on the gates, just to as people walk backwards and forwards to school. So yeah, it's a great idea that.
You can buy if you want, rather than use paper one, you can use wood ones.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah, in Amazon. I'll put the link in there so you can buy that. Yeah. It's not so expensive. But then again, you know, you can always apply for one of the grants, one of our grants, mini grants, about £100. So it should help you to cover some of the expenses.
Yep.
So thank you everyone for sharing.
You.
Does anyone want to share anything else? Because
just want to say, Lucia, thank you very much. Your little sessions are always really inspirational, and really appreciate you putting them on. So you know, I hope it just sometimes it just triggers something that means you can adapt it to something else, and I think that's really good, because when you've been writing Christmas services for 20 years, it's kind of hard thinking about how to do it differently, isn't it? So thank you for your inspiration and today. It's been really useful. Thank you, my love.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
Very much. Thank you all for coming. I know everyone is so busy, especially at this time of the year, so thank you very much for coming. And like I said, I will be sending the PowerPoint to you all. It will also be available on the website. What's the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, can I just mention very briefly, just forget about Christmas a little bit, and just mention that in February, you've probably seen somewhere on Facebook or you have received an email, just to say that in February, I will be organizing, I'll be taking the kids to a Christian camp in Derby area called Pine Lake. So if you have a group of kids who are interested, or it's called the Weekend Away with Jesus, so they will be doing all sorts of outside activities, and they will learn lots about God. It will be a weekend away. So if you want to know more about, please get in contact with me. I think I probably bombarded some of the church with information. I keep sending emails and put on Facebook, and it's always on a newsletter as well. But it would be an amazing weekend away, a great opportunity for kids who don't come to church, who have zero input of faith. So it's open to any kids that has links to CF. So doesn't have to be kids who because some church thinking, oh, I don't have any kids in the church. But then if you have other, if you're involved with a school, perhaps, you can invite those kids to come along. Okay, so it will happen on February time. So if you do want to come, get in contact with me and I'll give you more information, okay? So thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Christmas. Please send me information to let me know how was the sessions and pictures and all your brilliant stuff that you're going to be doing for Christmas. And I'm sure the final will be England versus Brazil. I can just see the World Cup final. And I don't know who I'm going to support because I love both equally. But yeah, that will be.
I eternally love an optimist, Lucia, and I think I think I'm with Yvonne on the fact that I'm not cancelling our carol service on the hopes that we end up in the final. But maybe I'm just negative. I'm more enjoying the rugby at the minute with England doing so well in the women doing so well in the union, and all of them doing so well in the league. So I'm afraid I'm more down that road at the minute. But I hope that your prediction comes true. For it'd be really funny.
We have to be optimistic.
Absolutely. Anyway, good to see you all. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Catherine. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Sue wants Wales in the final and Ivy wants Scotland.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Scotland and Wales.